What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today when I talk to you about hologram, I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what's been really coming out from the company itself, and what's going to be happening in roughly around 2 weeks. It's going to change hologram forever. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So over the last 5 days, hologram did go down 11.02%, which is rather weird, only because it's been really following MicroAlgo for a while. And ultimately, MLGO did go up 4.64%. So it does start to show a deviation. And ultimately, the only reason why it is trending down is because the market is not buying their BS anymore. I know that sounds bad, but honestly, that is it. And so, for instance, if we look at a lot of the recent news, and on a side note, I only do one hologram video a week, and that's just to give you guys summaries on this. And I feel like a lot of people do really appreciate my no BS type of attitude. I'm not here to sugarcoat things, shove rainbows up your guys's whatever, and I'm just telling you how it is. And honestly, I've been very, very accurate with hologram. But let's look at a lot of the recent news. So for instance, March 14th at 10 a.m. they put out this news. I'm not even going to bother going through this because AI couldn't even understand it. So hologram is just making all of this news too sophisticated that even AI can't understand. So retail definitely has zero chance in understanding what the hell they're trying to get at. But they slipped up. So similar to what happened on March 3rd, I think it was, where they did mess up on their PR at that time. They put out news, official news, March 14th at 10 a.m. and also March 14th at 8 a.m. They changed the body of it, still not really worth going over whatsoever, but essentially the funny thing is they use the same title. As you can see, go back forth, same title. And so no different than a YouTuber. So for instance, if I'm making a YouTube video on hologram, the title, description, you got to use the keywords or else the algorithm won't pick it up, the video, right? So no different than any YouTubers or any influencers, you got to use the right words. Hologram is doing that. So in case you don't know, I think it is QBTS. They had their earnings on Friday. So quantum stocks were running like a madman. Hologram, as I've shared with you in the past, they are just trying to target like momentum plays and what is hot at that moment. And so ultimately, this is why they used in their title, quantum, quantum, quantum. They don't give two craps that you have no understanding of what they're trying to get at. As long as the algo picks up news, thinks it's quantum, and will buy up hologram. That is it. That single-handedly is what is driving hologram. But like I said, I think the market is finally calling BS on hologram. And so yeah, it's definitely a very interesting type of scenario of how it's playing out. Even the news that came out March the 12th and over here on March the 11th, all makes zero sense. Well, the March 11th one, AI obviously does understand it a little bit better, so it's not worth buying over it, as it's basically just like 4 paragraphs just blabbering about whatever the hell they're trying to get at. So they're just trying to hit the check mark for algos to really pick up their buying, and ultimately this is just fluff. They've been putting out a ton of fluff lately to avoid a reverse stock split. And this is something that I've stated time and time again, that they are going to be doing a reverse stock split. Unfortunately, they have a lot of notes out there that's prompting a lot of dilution, causing it to go higher. And for those of you, again, I have zero clue. There's a couple people, I kind of called them out last video, that still think that they cannot do another reverse stock split. Let's pull up this one. Mullen Automotive. So if we kind of go over here, reverse stock splits, they have officially done 5, and potentially they're going, and they submitted a preliminary 14A, and I think they're actually going to be doing a 6th reverse stock split. So for those of you to say that unfortunately hologram can't do a reverse stock split, blah blah blah, you're lying. You are definitely 1,000,000,000,000,000% wrong. And you should not be investing. And you should not be giving advice on Reddit saying that they can't do a reverse stock split. You are wrong. They can, they will do a reverse stock split. And unfortunately, this is where in the next 2 weeks, Hologram is going to change, and definitely it will escalate the downtrend tenfold. And so when it comes down to what is coming in 2 weeks, it is their annual earnings. So unfortunately, whenever it comes down to foreign based companies such as Hologram, so obviously they're based out of China, they don't have to submit quarterly earnings. They do, although, have to submit annual earnings. So if we kind of look back right over here, so April 2nd, 2024, that's when they submitted their 20F, and then way back in 2023, March 24th. So you kind of have a good benchmark between those earnings. And so ultimately, with today being on March the 14th, and this video is going to be coming out, I believe, on the 15th, 2 weeks, that's it, 2 weeks, and then we have their earnings. So at that time, that's when the market will truly see the extent of the dilution that's been occurring over the last like 6+ months, with all of these notes that they've been doing all the time. Recently, they stated that they're going to be pursuing Bitcoin, but in reality, since then, Bitcoin's gone down a good about 20%. So if that is true and they've done anything remotely like that, then yeah, I think just Bitcoin and is not going to be good for Hologram. But even during that time when I went over those pieces of news, it says up to. Does not state that they are going to be doing anything. It's just fluff. That's all this company essentially is just fluff. And if we kind of look at their earnings as well in here, I believe it actually has how complex they're right here. This is their actual subsidiaries. So it is very, very easy for them to hide. All of this is technically offshore, as crazy as that is. And a lot of these, I've already done a video like a year and a bit ago, how a lot of these technically are just non-existent. The addresses that's listed is just like a shed. That is it. So a lot of these are absolutely hilarious, and this is where I've stated in the past they could take that money and bring it to this institution, and they can hide the money. There's a lot of things that they can do, and unfortunately NASDAQ, they won't really be able to really do all that much. Shareholders can try and sue, but that won't really amount to anything at all. So let me know your general thoughts on Hologram in the comments below. Are you buying? Are you selling? What's your general thoughts? Do you think it is a squeeze play still? As I've brought up, I don't think it is ever going to squeeze because of options. Prior to that, it was kind of like a pure squeeze play, but now essentially you have shorts have the ability to just hedge. And that's even if you believe this is correct. So 43.76% of the free floats being shorted, that's factoring in what we last known is the outstanding share count. If they have been diluting to kingdom come, then yeah, that's probably at like 1% in reality. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, 2 weeks, that is where everything is going to change for Hologram. So let me know your general thoughts on Hologram. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you're looking for some kick-ass buy signals, though, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, or crypto. Many of them have been absolutely on point and bangers. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.